So, having previewed the divisions this past few weeks, who do we think is going to be the division winners? Who will make it as wild cards? And who do we think are the two teams that will be dueling in the desert this coming February? Well, we're going to try to find the answers to those questions and many others as we present our 2022 NFL playoff picks and predictions here on Fantasy Football Fever, starting right about now.
15 seconds to air. Stand by, all cameras.
Ready with slow motion and isolated cameras.
Stand by, videotape, and roll tape.
And tape is rolling in less than 5, in 3, 2, 1.
Take tape.
How you doing, everybody? It's time for another edition of Fantasy Football Fever. It is August 27, 2002, a nice Saturday evening. Hope you are having a good night wherever you are. My name is Tim McClellan. I'm joined by the commissioner of our league, Mr. John Natale, and of course the host of Hooked on Sports, Mr. John Flynn. How you guys doing?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. Just so you had most of the final week of the preseason games are pretty much in the books. I think there's a few that's going on right now.
I think they're in progress right now. There's only 2 left.
Yeah. And there'll be 2 left, and those are scheduled for tomorrow.
Yep.
So that will pretty much wrap up the preseason, and then we're going to have a good break before the regular season starts up. So with that being said, I wanted to bring this up to you guys right before we get to the meat of our program. How convenient is it that the Panthers have decided to start Baker Mayfield, and their Week 1 opponent is the Cleveland Browns?
Well, that's exactly why the NFL scheduled that matchup because the NFL thought that Baker Mayfield was going to get traded to the Panthers, and so we have it. Baker Mayfield is going to be the Week 1 starter for the Panthers. A little surprised about the timing, but not surprised that Baker Mayfield beat out the overmatched and overwhelmed and injured Sam Darnold.
Yeah. I mean, not sure what's up with Sam Darnold there. He kind of is injury prone, but I think he's pretty good when he's out there. Other news, my Cowboys took a huge hit this past week with their offensive lineman Tyron Smith. Looks like he's going to be out for a lot of months, and that's going to be a big hole to try to fill on the Cowboys' offensive line. But I think there's one opponent that football guys or sports guys in general can never beat, and that's Father Time. I think he's been with the team for a long time. We drafted him out of USC many years ago, and he held that line pretty good. But it's sad to hear that he hasn't played a full season since 2015. So it's been a while for him. So they're probably looking at one of our draft picks this year, Tyler Smith, to kind of help fill in that spot. But it'll be interesting to see what he does there. Any other hot topics we got, Flynn? Or
So apparently there was this huge thing with the Buffalo Bills that their punter god Matt Ariza was accused of graphically sexually gang raping a 17-year-old minor, and within the hour the Bills within the past hour the Bills have officially released Matt Ariza. So the Bills have a punter hole open. So dare I say, Marquette King going to the Bills. Could that be something that could be on the table? One of the best punters in the NFL, looking for a job. with a Super Bowl contender.
Could be, could be. I think if I was the Bills front office, I'd probably try to land him. Well, anyway, we are going to be talking about the teams that we think are going to make the playoffs. And, of course, for the last 4 shows, we were talking about division previews. And now we're going to talk about the playoffs.
Yep, and of course, since we previewed those divisions, we have made some adjustments to our predictions with news developments that have come out of training camps in the preseason. So with those predictions that we've adjusted, we're going to mark the tape on them tonight.
Right. So we'll do that. So, why don't we start in the NFC? And, Flynn, I guess we can start with you. Who do you got for your division winners as well as your wild cards?
Okay, so we're gonna do the East, the North, the South, and the West. So in the NFC East, I'm picking the Philadelphia Eagles to win the NFC East. The Eagles had a phenomenal offseason. They added at the linebacker position. They got a true number 1 wide receiver in AJ Green. AJ Brown for the Titans. They had an exceptional draft. They drafted Jordan Davis with the 13th overall pick. They landed a Kobe Dean. I think he's going to be a stud. I think he's going to make an impact right away. And you bring back the offensive line, which is healthy. You have a fantastic running game led by Miles Sanders and Boston Scott. And Jalen Hurts, who I think is ready to take that next leap forward with Nick Sirianni. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win the NFC East and win 11 games. In the NFC North, I'm picking the Green Bay Packers to win the NFC North. The Packers have a lot of the ingredients I'm looking for a championship caliber team. Elite defense on all 3 levels. I think that's where it starts with me. The Packers had a tremendous offseason. On the defensive side of the football, they drafted 2 starters in the first round of the draft, it's deep all the way around, and they played most of last season without Jair Alexander, the 2020 first team All-Pro. He's back 100% healthy. He's ready to rock and roll. On the offensive side, the wide receiver position is a bit underwhelming, but I think the offensive line they're gonna run the ball with AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones. I think that they're going to overwhelm opponents. With the running attack and methodical movement of the ball up and down the field. And Aaron Rodgers is to me is the best quarterback in the NFC, and I think his ability to protect the football is going to win the Packers a lot of games despite the faux pas of Devontae Adams going to the Las Vegas Raiders. In the NFC South, I am picking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win the NFC South at 12-5. I think yes, Tampa lost significantly on the offensive line, but there is something about Brady that needs to be said. About Brady, his ability to figure out and diagnose opposing defenses, and he's got Mike Evans, he's got Chris Godwin, he's got excellent tight ends like Cameron Brate and O.J. Howard, and remember, don't be surprised if Rob Gronkowski comes back at some point this season. So I have the Saints with their defense, with the offensive line. I think Todd Bowles learned a lot from his 4 years as a head coach with the Jets. Now he has a much better roster around him. I'm taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win the NFC South. In the NFC West, I can't go against the defending Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams. The Rams have it going on. Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford is a brilliant marriage. Cooper Kupp is in my mind is the single best wide receiver in the National Football League. So that they added Allen Robinson. So on the defensive side, they convinced Aaron Donald to come back for another couple of seasons. They added Von Miller. They have, they went from Von Miller to Bobby Wagner at the linebacker position. They have the best corner in the game in Jalen Ramsey. So they have excellent coaches. They have Raheem Morris coming back to coach the defense. He was outstanding for them last year. So I have the Rams winning the NFC West at 11-6. I have the Packers at 12-5. But my wild card teams are the San Francisco 49ers with 10 wins, the New Orleans Saints with 10 wins, and the Minnesota Vikings making the playoffs at 9-8. I had the Cowboys in the playoffs in March, in April, all the way through until last Thursday. Tyron Smith's injury is devastating for the Dallas Cowboys. There is no sugarcoating this with the Dallas Cowboys. So the Cowboys had a miserable offseason in terms of formulating a plan, in terms of convincing guys to sign with their team. They let Randy Gregory walk away. So they traded Amari Cooper for only a 6th-round pick. The offensive line is now in shambles. So the defense overperformed last year. Trayvon Diggs is due for a significant drawback in production. Micah Parsons is going to be neutralized by the opposing game plans. So that's why I think the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings have a new head coach. I think Kevin O'Connell is going to be excellent. I think the Kirk Cousins is going to have a fantastic season. Justin Jefferson has it going on. I think the Minnesota Vikings go back to the playoffs in 2022 after missing out in each of the past 2 seasons. So the rest of my records for the teams in the NFC. I have Dallas at 9-8. I have both Washington and Arizona at 8-9. I have 3 teams with 6 wins: the Giants, the Lions, and the Panthers. I have Seattle with 5 wins. I have Chicago with 4 wins, and I have the Atlanta Falcons as the worst team in the NFC with 3 wins in 2022.
Wow. So, yeah, I'd have to agree with you. I can see why you left the Cowboys out of the playoffs with the big Tyron Smith injury. That's going to, like I said earlier, that's going to be a huge hole to fill. Natalie, who do you got in the NFC?
Yeah, oddly enough, our picks are actually very, very close to each other's. I'll start with the NFC North. In first place, I put the Green Bay Packers. Because, yeah, right now they're just too talented. I think it's Rodgers' final season. Let him get one more division title. Second place, I have the Vikings. Third place, I have the Lions. And in last place, I have the Bears. And then moving to the NFC North, yeah, you obviously can't cut out the Patriots. The Bucks. They have the most lethal offense. So Bucks are clearly first place. Second place, I have the Saints. Third place was a tough one. I was kind of torn. And I initially wrote the Falcons, but I changed it to the Panthers. So I have the Panthers in third and the Falcons in last. Hovering over now to the NFC East. The 1 and 2 was really tough. But in the end, I picked the Eagles. I think they're slightly better on paper right now. And then runner up, I have the Cowboys. Third place, I have the Giants. And then fourth place, I put the Commanders. NFC West, I think the Rams are clear-cut going to repeat. Because, yeah, they have a very powerful offense, one of the best defenses, too. And they even had a nice, solid offseason. So they're in first place. Second place, I potentially would have picked the Cardinals, but DeAndre Hopkins' suspension, that's going to catapult them all the way down. So for that reason, I have the 49ers in second, Cardinals in third, the Seahawks in fourth. And now, as far as my seedings are concerned, I have the Bucks finishing with the number 1 seed. I have the Rams at the number 2 seed. Number 3 seed is the Packers. The number 4 seed is the Eagles. I have my 5th seed as the Saints. 6th seed as the 49ers. And here's where Flynn and I are different. As the 7th seed, in the squeaker, I have the Cowboys.
Ooh, interesting. Well, I
So
did
yeah,
a
my
little
playoff
bit
teams
of
to recap. Or to recap my sorry, I was gonna recap really quick. So that means
yeah.
Bucks, Rams, Packers, Eagles, Saints, 49ers, and Cowboys. Those are my 7 teams making the playoffs on the NFC side. Very
Well,
similar to Flynn. So we just have a different number 7.
right. Well, I've got my NFC lineup here. My number one overall seed will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Uh, Great offense, but I wonder what kind of defense they're going to have this year. My number 2 seed, actually, I have Tampa Bay and Green Bay both finishing at 13-4, but I got Tampa Bay winning the tiebreak. So I will give the number 2 seed to the Green Bay Packers. I agree that this is Aaron Rodgers' final year. My number 3 seed is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles, just edging out the Cowboys in the NFC East. I gotta be realistic about this now because of the Smith injury. My 4th seed is going to be the Los Angeles Rams, but they're still tough. I think they might be able to play better than what their seeding might be right now, as far as I see it. Um, I've got Dallas and Minnesota both finishing at 11-6. However, I'm getting a slight edge to the Cowboys. I think their defense is going to be a little bit stronger now, even though with the loss of Randy Gregory. But I mean, we got to know what Micah Parsons is going to do for an all-core. If Trayvon Diggs can still make all those interceptions he did last year, and if DeMarcus Lawrence can hold up, because I don't know if DeMarcus Lawrence will still be a Cowboy at the end of this coming season. We'll just have to find out about that. And my number 7 seed with a record of 10-7, the New Orleans Saints. I see them trying to get back in there. They may just get that final spot. So to recap, I've got Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Philadelphia, Los Angeles Rams, Cowboys, Vikings, and Saints.
So yeah, if the Cowboys start out really bad out of the gate, DeMarcus Lawrence is going to be the biggest trade chip available in the NFL, and the Cowboys can get a lot of draft picks back. So that could be something to watch out for.
Yeah, and you mentioned the trade, the Amari Cooper trade, and what the Cowboys got back from him. I don't think I've heard of a trade like that since the Native Americans sold Manhattan for just a hill of beans.
Yeah, I mean, it was another example of the Cowboys messing up the salary cap, but believe it or not, we have the same division winners, and we all have a combination of the Cowboys, Vikings, Saints, and Niners as wild cards, 3 of the 4 for each of us, with the unanimous being New Orleans.
But yeah, the AFC definitely scares me. I think we're going to be all over the place. Somehow something tells me that.
Yeah.
Especially the AFC West.
I want
and my number 7 seed. My number 7 seed is totally off the wall. Could very well happen, though.
Okay, I want Natalie to go first with this, because I'm very interested to see where you're going to go with this.
Okay. Oh, Alex is here. Hey,
but
Alex.
hold on. Before you do, we have my buddy Alex. Hey, yo. I guess he's doing his Scott Hall impression, God rest his soul. Hey, yo. Hey, Pizzle. Great to have you here. He's got a show starting up this fall, which I will be a part of. It's on his channel. We call it the 4 Horsemen of Pick'ems. So they'll be starting up here pretty soon. So I'm glad to be a part of that, too. So I got 2 shows. I got mine, and, of course, I got his now. So I'll get with you soon, Pizzle. I'll get with you soon, buddy.
Is Putnam in our league, Natalie?
Yes, he is.
Yes, as a matter of fact, he is.
Oh yeah,
I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, that's right. He you have to send Putnam the link for this way he could be on the chat on Friday night for the draft.
Oh yeah, for the draft. Yes.
He's got the number 1. He's got the number 2 pick in the first round.
First round, yeah.
I got number 3.
Yes, our league draft, ladies and gentlemen, for y'all watching, our league draft
But
will
I made
be.
some. I think I shuffled it around a bit. If I remember correctly, I think I did some shuffling earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, but we are having our league draft this coming Friday, which will be February 2nd.
Assuming I get one more name in time. I still need one
Right.
name. So
I think we still need one more.
Yeah,
I'm giving you guys permission. Feel free to share the link to your socials. If you guys know anybody, feel free. At this point, I don't care. As long as they're an active player, I don't have to know them. I'm dropping that stipulation.
Yeah, just as long as you'll just stay active, stay with us. If you're willing to do that, we would love to have you. Our draft is next.
Feel free to share the link. It's on my page. So you guys just maybe if you guys are clicking and just paste it in, you can do that. Feel free.
Okay. Well, I don't have the page up right now, but
right. Well, later.
Yeah, we might do it later. So, okay, our draft is next Friday, September 2nd. Our draft will start at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, but we will go live 15 minutes before. So we'll go live at 9:45 Eastern, 8:45 Central. Just kind of exchange pleasantries and get ready. So y'all stick around for that. It's going to be off the chain as we get closer to the start of the season. Now, Flynn. Yeah. We covered the NFC. Now, who do you have as far as the AFC is concerned?
Before we got off track, when Natalia and I said to each other before the show, we had some crazy differences. So I want Natalia to start us off with this because this is going to be fun. This is why we do this podcast. This is fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, maybe it's not so much the first 6. I think it might be number 7. You might not like too much.
All right.
Possibly the order of my AFC West, maybe. But we'll start with the AFC North. This I would assume you would agree with. I think this is clear cut. I have the Ravens winning this division. Right now they're super strong. They had a very strong draft, a very good offseason. So I think they're the clear cut. They're gonna be the most improved. One thing, they were in last place last season, if I remember correctly, right? Or were they in third place?
They were in last place. I mean, the Ravens were in last place. They play the Giants because the AFC North same place finisher plays the NFC East same place finisher, and that's the Ravens and the Giants.
Yeah, so they're going to be the most improved team. They're going to go from worst to first easily. Second place, this one was a tough one, but I went with the Bengals. I think they still look a hair stronger than the Steelers. Very close, but I'm giving a slight edge to the Bengals. As we got that whole quarterback competition with Pittsburgh. We still don't know who's going to win that one yet. I think it's safe to say it's not Mason Rudolph. It's going to be one of the other two.
It's going to be Pickett or Trubisky.
Yeah,
and I personally would start Pickett.
Yeah, me too. Either way, I don't think it's going to make a difference. I still think the Bengals are slightly better, which means I have them in third. And the Browns are in last place. And hovering to the AFC North. I could see the argument between these two teams for first place, between the Colts and the Titans. I kind of went back and forth on it, but I went with the Colts. But I could possibly see the Titans doing it too. Which means second place I have the Titans. Third place I have the Jaguars. And last place is the Texans. And now moving to the AFC East. First place, I think it's pretty obvious. It's going to be the Bills. Yeah, they still look very strong.
Yes.
Yeah. Second place, this one was a tough choice, but I'm taking the Dolphins because I think Tyreek Hill, he's a huge upgrade, and I think him and Tua are going to have a nice connection. And they still have a solid piece in Jalen Waddle. I think they're a good 1-2 punch. Third place, we have an improvement here. Call me crazy. The Jets are in third place.
Somebody sound the alarm.
Yeah. Because they had a nice draft. Sauce Gardner, Breece Hall. What more do you need? The Jets were desperate for a running back, and I think they finally got their running back of the future. Which means last place is the Patriots. All right. Now for the one that could be a doozy here. The AFC West.
Yeah.
This one was insane. Like I could see any three teams making it. But after so much shuffling, so much throwing names in the air, my division winner is the San Diego Chargers.
You mean the Los Angeles Chargers?
My bad, yeah. Los Angeles Chargers. I think they're going to win the division. I don't know. Justin Herbert, he's still very strong. He's in his prime. And Keenan Allen, although he's a bit wishy-washy, he's still a solid receiver. Mike Williams, he's pretty decent. Austin Eckler, he's a solid running back. He can catch passes too. He's probably the best running back in that division, who could both catch and run really well. Second place, hate to say it, but the Chiefs streak ends. They're gonna be in second place. Losing Tyreek Hill was a big blow. Although they're still very strong, Tyreek Hill pretty much made that team there. Third place, this one was a tough one, the Broncos. Although the Broncos are good, I think the Chiefs are maybe just a hair better, which means last place is the Raiders. All righty. All right, now are we ready for the teams?
Yeah, so go through your division winners first.
Okay, yep. So my number 1 seed is going to be the Ravens. Number 2 seed is going to be the Bills. Number 3 seed is going to be the Chargers. Number 4 seed is the Colts. All right, now on to the 3 that could be potentially crazy. 5th seed, the Chiefs.
Okay.
6th seed, the Bengals. Yeah, this 7th seed. This one was one that threw me. I had about 3 or 4 potential teams to pick, and probably a potential.
I mean, there are really 8 or 9 teams you could look at as Super Bowl caliber in the AFC. Seriously.
Yeah. All right. This I might shock the world here. 7th seed, the Dolphins.
All right.
I have the
Dolphins.
I know. Here's the thing, though. I think the way the Dolphins constructed their offseason, with Tyreek Hill, I don't think the Dolphins minded giving up all of those picks because they already surrounded their offense with young talent. The biggest question with Miami is Tua. But I think this is the thing. Can Tua beat a better opponent? Can he beat Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills? Can he beat Lamar Jackson or Joe Burrow? Who else does he play this year? I think they play the Raiders this season. They play the Chargers this year, and the other team they play, I believe it is Indianapolis. They play. So can Tua outperform any of the quarterbacks on those teams? That's the question I have.
Yeah, I wanted to put the Broncos in the toss, but I just couldn't quite do it because I think that the Chiefs are still better than the Broncos, but not by much.
Right.
Then I couldn't see a vision where the Chiefs would not make the playoffs, so I had to put them in. And the Titans were in my mix too, but I couldn't put them in either.
Oh my gosh, I had to throw this in. It was a very funny little punny joke right here. Dolphins have a porpoise. That's my friend Brandy. She's a big Chiefs fan. Originally from Missouri, now living in Oklahoma. Brandy, how you doing, babe? Good to see you. Give my regards to the hubby, okay? You tell him I said hello, all right? So,
yeah, just that AFC West is out of whack. That's the problem. I could see any of those 3 teams winning the division. Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos. They can all easily do it. The Raiders, no, but the other 3 teams, possibly.
Could be.
That's why I said it was only going to be either 1 team or 2 teams. I initially only had 1, but I changed it to 2.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, very interesting list from Natalia. Let's see what we.
Yeah, I think I had the Titans originally, but I changed my mind on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Maybe it's not as crazy as I made it out to be, I guess.
Yeah. All right.
But I'm pretty sure we're gonna be very different, though. So let's see.
Okay,
Rams against.
I know one of there's one prediction where we're gonna be different, so I know that.
Okay, so not as different as I was expecting it to be.
Okay,
Well, I know we're
so
different on the Dolphins. That's the obvious.
okay, yeah. All right, so let's start with the AFC North. You know, both Natalia and I have the Baltimore Ravens winning the AFC North. I absolutely loved everything the Ravens did, and even with all those injuries last year, the Ravens had the worst injury luck of any NFL team in the last 20 years. Yet they were one score away from the playoffs. The Ravens they got Marcus Williams from the Saints to bolster their secondary. They got Marlon Humphrey back. They got Marcus Peters back. So they bolstered the linebacking core with David Ojabo. Oh, they got Kyle Hamilton in the draft. Oh, they got the best center in the draft. And they have Lamar Jackson now. They did trade away Hollywood Brown to the Cardinals so this way they could get Linderbaum, but I'm obsessed with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is my preseason pick for league MVP. I think Lamar Jackson is going to have an amazing season. Lamar Jackson's going to rush for 1,000 yards again. I think Lamar Jackson's going to throw for 3,500 to 4,000 yards. I think Lamar Jackson is going to shine all throughout the season for the Baltimore Ravens. I love the coach. I love the general manager. And for all the talk of Lamar Jackson with the contract now, so there were reports that the Ravens and Lamar Jackson were at an impasse for the contract. Now, the Ravens are offering Lamar Jackson more money than the Cardinals did for Kyler Murray. If you remember, Kyler Murray got $230.5 million. But Lamar Jackson wants a fully guaranteed contract, like the one Deshaun Watson got. I honestly think Eric DeCosta is going to get it done. He's going to get it done before the start of the season. Eric DeCosta is a pro's pro. He knows how valuable Lamar Jackson is to the Baltimore Ravens. The differences between winning and losing with and without him are second to none. Lamar Jackson is my preseason pick for AL MVP, and he's going to lead the Baltimore Ravens back to the top of the AFC North and win 12 games. In second place, I have the Cincinnati Bengals, also at 12-5, but I have the Ravens beating out Cincy due to the tiebreakers. Since Cincinnati bolstered their offensive line, since they drafted O-line in the first round of the draft. They got Tom Brady's left guard in Alex Kappa. I think the Bengals have an excellent offensive line. Joe Burrow, you can make a case Joe Burrow is going to be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL by the end of the season. Right now, he's number 7 on my list, but I wouldn't be surprised if the trajectory increases on him. I think the defense has been excellent. The defense has been something that was quietly flying under the radar during the Bengals run to the Super Bowl last year, and their linebackers improved in the second half of the season. I think the defensive line is solid. I think the Bengals will win 12 games to finish in second place, and then I have the Steelers winning 8 games, which is a stretch in this brutal AFC. But I love the coach. I really like the defense. T.J. Watt is coming off his defensive player of the year season last year, and then in last place I have the Cleveland Browns at 6-11. I think that the Deshaun Watson injury, suspension, is going to be a huge detriment to the Browns. It's going to put too much weight on that defense.
We're exactly the same there. That's good.
In the AFC South, Natalia and I have the same order there too. I have the Colts at 11-6. I love the addition of Matt Ryan. I have the Titans finishing under 500. I don't like the offensive line. I don't like the receivers. I don't think Tannehill's the answer. And I think the Titans going to need to be in the quarterback business next off season. I never understood why the Titans extended Tannehill in the first place. I have Jacksonville improving by 3 games. I have them going 6-11. I think you're starting to see the roots of Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence together. You got ETN back. They got Christian Kirk from to big money. So I think that things are finally beginning to point up for the Jaguars. And then I have the Houston Texans at 3-14. I think that Davis Mills, I like him, but nowhere near good enough to carry the Texans, one of the worst rosters in the NFL, across the finish line several times this season. In the AFC East, I'm going to pick the Buffalo Bills to win the AFC East. I have them going 13-4 last season. And before you tell me, oh, well, you destroyed the Bills last year. Yeah, I had the Bills going 11-6 last year because of Sean McDermott and his in-game managing. The Bills did go 11-6 last year, so I was right on that. I think I'm going to be right on this one too. I have the Bills going 13-4 and winning the AFC East. The Miami Dolphins I have in second place in that division, going 9-8, and I think Mike McDaniel. If if the Dolphins make the playoffs, Mike McDaniel is going to be in the conversation for Coach of the Year. I really like what he's done there. I have the Patriots in third place at 6-11. I have the Jets in last place at 5-12. So we're a little different on the order between the Patriots and the Jets. So now this is where things get interesting in the AFC West. I have the Denver Broncos as the 1 seed. I have the Denver Broncos at 13-4. I'm obsessed with Russell Wilson. I'm obsessed with the offensive line. I'm obsessed with George Payton. I'm obsessed with that defense. I think the Denver Broncos, it's going to take a while for Russell Wilson to gel with his receivers, but I think once he's got that, he's just going to rock and roll. This is the best offensive line Russell Wilson has played behind since his last Super Bowl appearance in 2014. He's got a respectable group of wide receivers, and he's really good at maximizing the talent of the opposing players. He's a top 5 quarterback. I think Nathaniel Hackett and Russell Wilson coming in together is a beauty. And for those of you who've been listening to my podcast, you know I'm obsessed with teams that bring the head coach and the quarterback together. That's what happened in New Orleans with Sean Payton and Drew Brees. That's what happened in New England with Belichick and Brady. That's what happened with the Giants under Coughlin and Eli. I think at some point with Russell Wilson as a Bronco, I think that they're going to win a Super Bowl in that span. So I have the Broncos going 13-4. I have the Chargers at second place at 12-5. I think the biggest but for the Chargers is Brandon Staley. I mean, Brandon Staley coached the Chargers out of the playoffs in that wacky last game, not taking the timeout, allowing the Raiders to kick the field goal as time expired. That was a hot mess among itself. He needs to be a lot better in-game managing for the Chargers to be in the Super Bowl. I have the Kansas City Chiefs at 11-6. And then I have the Raiders at 8-9, and then I think with the Chiefs, the thing about the Chiefs, and I think the Tally and I share brain with a lot of the NFL. It's the Reed Mahomes effect, and this is the case for Mahomes as the best quarterback in the NFL. He's the 4 straight years the AFC Championship game was played at Arrowhead. Patrick Mahomes has never played a true road playoff game in his entire career, and it speaks to the emphasis of winning, and this is the prime example of that. What Tyreek Hill was a top 15 to 20 wide receiver with Alex Smith as his quarterback. With Patrick Mahomes, he was a top 5 wide receiver, and in a lot of instances, top 3. But they still have Travis Kelce. I think the additions of Juju Smith-Schuster and Marquez Valdes-Scantling are a good fit with the scheme that Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator, want to run. And then I think the defense, it's going to come around. I think the linebackers are better than they were last year. I think they got some much needed reinforcements on defense in the draft. I think the Chiefs are going to go back to the playoffs and win 11 games. I want to go.
3 teams making the playoffs.
So I want to go through the seedings one more time. So I have Denver at 1, Buffalo 2, Baltimore 3, the Indianapolis Colts at 4, and then I have the Chargers at 5, the Bengals at 6, and the Chiefs at number 7.
Very,
So we have
very
6 out of 7.
interesting
Some
list
teams in
there.
common then.
Yep.
Yeah, it sounded interesting there. Well, going
We're
through
not really
my-
that different then.
Yeah. Well, going through my seedings here, my number 1 seed will be the the AFC North Division champions, the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep.
I'm sensing a return. We didn't see much action from him over the last year and a half, but I'm willing to see Action Jackson make a comeback. I'm willing to see him to come back here, and John Harbaugh, he's been doing a great job since he took over the role as head coach all those years ago. My number 2 seed in the AFC will be the Western Division champions, who I believe will be the Los Angeles Chargers at 12-5. I mean, Justin Herbert, a former Rookie of the Year, is a consistent quarterback. I think he can lead the Chargers to possibly a deep playoff run. My number 3 seed is from the East, and nobody, like old Chris Berman said, no one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. I got them at the number 3 seed with a record of 12-5. I actually have the Chargers and Buffalo both at 12-5, but I got the Chargers with the tie break, so they'll take the 2 seed. Buffalo takes the 3 seed. My number 4 seed with a record of 10-7 will be the South Division winners, the Indianapolis Colts. I believe this Jonathan Taylor is one awesome stud. I think his star is just starting to rise right now. My wild cards, starting with the number 5 seed, my wild cards. This may sound crazy, but at 10-7, my number 5 seed is the Cincinnati Bengals. My number 6 seed, and this will probably raise little questions for you guys, would be the Denver Broncos. I can see Russell Wilson. He's in a new place, so he'll get used to the environment here. But I will not be surprised if Denver goes with a better record than what I have them going at 9-8 and number 6 seed. And the number 7 seed with a record of 8-9. Alex, I hope you're still watching. It's your Dolphins. I got the Dolphins coming in at the number 7 seed.
You went with me.
8-9.
And you went with the Dolphins with a losing record. What?
I know it's crazy. I know it is crazy. But
Wait, what record did you give the Chiefs then?
Chiefs, I have them probably missing the playoffs because maybe there's a big old chunk of the heart of the Chiefs left when Tyreek Hill left to go with the Dolphins, and they put that one on the Dolphins team. And the Dolphins have a great young receiver in Cedric Wilson, who, of course, used to play with the Cowboys. So I believe that it could be big time to a time. Hey, I'm just going to the way I put out my record. So once again, to recap. Number 1, Baltimore. Number 2, Los Angeles Chargers. Number 3, Buffalo. Number 4, Indianapolis. 5, Cincinnati. 6, Denver. And 7, Miami.
I definitely don't think anybody would have the same wavelength as me.
Thing is, the Dolphins making the playoffs is not the craziest part of that prediction. It's 8-9. Do you guys out there see my jaw drop when I heard that the 8-9 like?
Yeah, I may be crazy. I probably wasn't thinking this all through. I was kind of cramming all these things before the show started.
And by the way, do you know what I would call that? I'd call that blasphemous.
Oh well. Oh well.
Yeah, but
And then now
Anyway,
it's now yeah. So for the most part, we were all pretty similar. We both had I think had the we both had the same division winners for every division except the AFC West.
right,
So
where I was where I was the deflection.
yeah, but for the most part, for the most part we all have the same teams in the playoffs. You don't have the Dolphins, and I think Tim didn't have the 49ers. I don't think so. For the most part, we were all pretty much the same.
I didn't have the Cowboys.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all
And Tim didn't have the Vikings.
right.
But we all
I
had
didn't have the Vikings either. You're the one
Yeah.
both on that.
yeah.
yeah, I have the Vikings as my sixth seed in the NFC.
All right. Okay, so yeah, well, for the most part, we're all fairly similar.
Yeah.
But let's see where we stand on playoffs now. This is where it gets interesting.
All right, so so what I do on my podcast, so I do the Championship Sunday matchups. So in the NFC, I have the Green Bay Packers defeating the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game. So which means I have the 49ers winning 2 road playoff games again with who I think will have both the offensive and defensive player of the year on the same team. I have Deebo Samuel as the offensive player of the year. I have Fred Warner, the linebacker, as the defensive player of the year. I have both those awards winners on the same team. But I think Fred Warner last time had probably the best game of his NFL career in the divisional round last year against the Packers. He was running around the whole time and making plays all around. But I think the Packers, with that defense, they get the upper hand on that one. And then in the AFC championship game, I have the Broncos hosting the Bills. But this is the Buffalo Bills' first road playoff win in 30 years. Will be in the AFC Championship game as the Bills finally get back to the Super Bowl after 29 years of watching the Super Bowl from their couches.
So your Packers versus Bills.
Yep.
Ooh, interesting.
Packers, Bills in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I can possibly see that.
I mean, I was really considering putting the Rams in there, but yes, I do have it's the Packers.
Who do
Tim, you want to
got?
go next? You want me to go?
Yeah, I mean, what are your championship Sunday matchups?
Okay, actually, I'll just write down. I wrote down everything, so I'm going to start with the NFC wildcard really quick. Well, the Bucks have the bye, so first go round is the Rams versus the Cowboys. Then it's the Packers versus the 49ers. Then it's the Eagles versus the Saints. So I would have the Rams, the 49ers, and the Saints all advancing, which means my divisional round matchups are the Rams versus the Saints and the Bucks facing the 49ers. My winners of those games are going to be the Rams versus the 49ers. And
It's a rematch from last year's NFC Championship game.
Yep. And this time I have the 49ers game the last laugh. They're going to win the rematch. So 49ers are my representative for the NFC.
With you think a rookie or a first-year starting quarterback in Trey Lance is going to dance and lead the 49ers to the Super Bowl in his first season? Very bold prediction.
Very much so. Very much so. Well, as far as I'm concerned, in my NFC Championship game, I've got the Rams doing the impossible by beating the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau in the NFC Championship game. Actually, I see both road teams in both championship games because I've got Buffalo taking down the Ravens. So I've got the Rams and the Bills in the Super Bowl.
John, did you give your AFC championship game picks yet, or
Not yet. We didn't get there. You didn't do yours yet either.
No, I have
Oh, you
Bills.
did.
I have the Bills over the Broncos.
Oh, my bad. So wait, what's Tim's matchups again now?
So he has the Bills over the Ravens in the AFC Championship game, and the Rams over the Packers in the NFC Championship game.
Okay, so I guess now to break down the AFC. Okay, so in my AFC wildcard matchups, I have the. Let's see. Well, the Ravens get the bye, obviously. I have the Bills defeating the Dolphins, the Chargers defeating the Bengals, and the Colts beating the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes plays a game on the road and loses. So moving to the AFC divisional round, I have the. Oh, never mind. The Chiefs win that one. I goofed. Chiefs win that game. So now my AFC divisional round is the Bills versus the Chiefs, and the Chargers versus the Colts, and I have the Bills and the Chargers advancing. So my AFC championship is the Bills versus the Chargers. It's going to be interesting. Whoever wins this game goes to their first Super Bowl.
The chance to win their first Super Bowl, because remember the Bills went to 4 straight.
Oh, no, I meant for the quarterbacks. That's what I meant.
Oh, between Josh Allen and Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I meant to say quarterback. I misspoke. So, and this game, I think Herbert's going to have the better game. Give me the Chargers going to the Super Bowl.
All right, first Super Bowl for the Chargers in 28 years.
Mm-hmm. So let's break down our Super Bowl matchup now. So me, 49ers versus Chargers. Flynn is Packers versus Bills. And Tim is what now?
Rams, Bills.
Oh, you both have the Bills. Interesting. All right. All right, Tim, I guess you go first. So who do you have as your Super Bowl winner? And why not? Let's make this interesting. MVP.
Super Bowl MVP.
Yep.
I'm going to say this time it's going to be. I say it's going to be Josh Allen. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. The Rams. That would be. Oh, Josh Allen plays for the Bills.
Stafford.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford for the Rams. Yes, that'll be Matthew Stafford. I'll predict him as my Super Bowl MVP.
Oh, Rams back to back. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes. First back to back in quite some time.
Yeah, since the 03-04 Patriots.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I got.
Yeah, and then I have tables being broken in February. I will take the Buffalo Bills over the Green Bay Packers in Super Bowl 57 in Arizona.
Ooh, that sounds kind of delicious right there.
And who's the MVP for that game?
Josh Allen.
Oh, interesting. All right. All right. I guess it's all on me now.
All right.
Yeah. I actually, while you two were talking about your championship, I actually changed my mind just now on the Super Bowl winner.
Really?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Remember what I said? My Super Bowl matchup was a battle of the same coast. Not only from the same coast, from the same state.
I thought you were gonna say Rams Chargers, but instead it's Niners Chargers.
Yeah, you were pretty close. Well, here we go. I have the San Diego Chargers winning the Super Bowl.
The LA Chargers, Natalie.
LA Chargers.
Yeah.
The LA Chargers.
Normally I don't pick quarterbacks for the MVP because I like to make things interesting. I can't picture Keenan Allen as an MVP person or Austin Eckler, so I have to give it to Justin Herbert.
Give it to Justin Herbert right there. Yeah.
Yes.
Normally I don't predict quarterbacks, but this is a unique situation where I have to predict the quarterback because he's young, he still has a lot to show. I
right?
can't picture Keenan Allen winning it or Austin Eckler maybe, but definitely not Keenan Allen or Mike Williams. That ain't happening. Well, there you go. I originally had the 49ers, but I made a last second change. I now have the Chargers winning it all.
Yeah. Yeah, what I like about this is we have three different picks for the Super Bowl winner. One of us has the Bills, the Rams, and the Chargers.
Bills, Rams, Chargers, all potentially could win the Super Bowl. I look at all three of them to make real deep runs into the playoffs. So, by the way, what's on the screen in front of us? That is our league fantasy site, our Fantasy Football Fever League website. We are still looking for one individual.
More person.
We need one singular sensation to see if they can get into this league here. We just need one person. You just get down that side, just copy and click and all that stuff. You'll get to the page. Of course, Natalie's our commissioner. If you got any questions, just get a hold of him. We just need one player because our draft is coming up next Friday night. So
6 nights from tonight.
6 nights from tonight, and we are now how many nights away from the start of the season?
12.
Yep. September 8th.
12 days away from the start of the 2022 season, when with every passing day I am getting more fired up. And I'm telling you. And I would love to have a full house here next Friday night. I mean, Friday night with the gang, hey, I don't mind that. So just be sure, the website right there, you see it down at the bottom of the screen. That's our league website. Just get all that information down. Just take a look. And like I said, we're just looking for one individual person who will be willing to join us. Of course, anything happens between now and the draft because we still got 6 days. So that's basically, I guess we could put a wrap on this thing.
I think we just had a couple of rookie of the year predictions, I believe. I think Flynn and I had some predictions, right?
Yeah. So who are your picks for offensive and defensive rookies of the year?
Yeah. Offensive. These were both very tough, but I'm kind of just winging it here. But offensive rookie of the year, I'm going to go with Chris Olave.
Chris Olave, so with the Saints.
Yeah. And for the defense, I'm gonna be a homer here. Kayvon Thibodeau.
Yeah, so for the offensive rookie of the year, I got Breece Hall from the Jets. I think Breece Hall was the best running back in the draft this year. I was considering James Cook. I was thinking about James Cook too, but I think Breece Hall is going to play a huge part of the offense going forward. And then defensive rookie of the year, I also have Kayvon Thibodeau of the New York Football Giants as the defensive rookie of the year.
Hopefully he'll make his day. Hopefully he'll be healthy by week 1. Maybe week 2. I'm expecting him.
Yeah, I think week 2 playing in front of the home crowd, a home crowd that should be charged up with Brian Dable's first home game as the head coach.
Yep.
You got any thoughts, Tim, on rookies of the year possibly?
I haven't even gotten that far. I just gotta watch through the season here, and but like I said, if I could make one prediction for a defensive player of the year, you'd probably have to go with last year's NFC Defensive Rookie of the Year, Michael Parsons. What does he do for an encore? They've been hurt. You've been hearing he's been looking pretty great at camp this year. So, with those 5 takeaways the Cowboys had last night against the Seahawks, I think that defense got some pretty young-looking guys who are ready to step it up because the offense is going to need a lot of help with Tyron Smith injury. So I just gotta put this little note up here, just a reminder. Let me find it. Here we go. Let me pop that up here. Just to remind y'all, next week, our Fantasy Football Fever League Draft Now, our draft starts at 10 Eastern, 9 Central, but we will be going live 15 minutes before, 9:45 Eastern, 8:45 Central. So, yeah,
Yeah,
Randy,
to be fairness, I
I'm
changed the
about
names of the
to,
divisions. Kind of made a funny one. I changed the names of the divisions. If you didn't see that.
you renamed the divisions. Well, I'll
Yeah,
just have
it's
to,
not
okay.
spaghetti. It's not spaghetti and meatballs anymore.
Not
I
spaghetti and
use classic
meatballs.
TV. One division is Yabba Dabba Doo, and the other one is What's Up, Doc?
Okay. Yabba dabba do and what's up, Doc? Okay. I can't think of anything about it off the top of my head, so I guess I'll go with that. All right, then. Well, I guess with that, we will put a wraps on this edition of Fantasy Football Fever. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We're still looking for one player to join the league. So we're only 6 days away from that. Have a great week, everyone. 2 more preseason games tomorrow night, noon.
Yeah.
1
Giants versus
Central.
Jets and Steelers versus Lions.
Yeah, the Empire State Showdown is on NFL Network. CBS has the Dolphins and Steelers, right?
Yeah.
Lions and Steelers, I believe.
Oh, Lions and Steelers. I knew it was the Steelers. So Lions and Steelers. So 2 more preseason games, then final cuts are made, and then prepare for the season. And we will next Friday night with our league draft. John Natale, our commissioner, thanks for joining me, buddy.
Oh, absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what to do. Go down to the description area, click on the links, and you'll be hooked up with John Sports as he is hooked on sports. Have you started your two per week now, or
So it's gonna be 2 weeks away. Less than 2 weeks away.
less than 2 weeks away? He goes twice during the week.
Back to twice a week.
Yeah, one is strictly for the NFL, and the other one is for all the other sports. So click down below. You'll get John Italian, you'll get John Flynn with Hooked on Sports.
Yeah. I'm going to be exceeding 200 episodes during the course of the NFL season. So.
Oh yes, he is coming on that milestone.
Yep, 200 episodes.
Where are you at right now?
So the episode I dropped this week was 181.
Okay, so we're getting closer to 200 episodes, and so see, I'll be sure of that. For John Natale, for John Flynn, my name is Tim McClellan. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the preseason. There's not much left. Regular season starting up. So y'all take care, everybody. God bless you, and as always, be a good sport. See ya.
15 seconds to air. Stand by, all cameras.
Ready with slow motion and isolated cameras.
Stand by, videotape, and rotate.
And tape is rolling.